both relatively the same age, both having the same background. They both go to the same school, they grow up together. And then eventually, after years and years and years, their father dies. After years and years and years of him yelling at them, him hitting them, he's dead. Now, both of these boys, they have completely different lives. One of them, they have a family with his own little boy, his little girl, and a dog. And then the other one, he stays at home and he's drinking all the time, binge drinking, sitting on his ass on his couch, watching TV shows that don't really make him smile, despite he's searching for a smile, searching for some kind of laugh that he knows he's not going to get. Now, they ask a group of studiers, research study, whatever you want to call it, they ask these two people, how come, well, they ask the first guy, how come you're an alcoholic? How come you drink so much? And he says, well, my father, he was a heavy drinker, and he drank all the time, so I drank because of him. And they ask the second guy, why don't you drink? Why have you never touched a drop in your life? Well, he says, because my father was a heavy drinker. We do not have control over the things that happen to us. We do not have control over the situations that are imposed upon us at birth, the conditions we're given throughout life, the limitations that are placed in our lives. However, we have control over how we respond to these things. We must take responsibility, because simply just saying, oh, my situation sucks, so I'm going to just act like this. The world is stepping down on me, so I'm going to let it. Sit down, just lay on my back. No. Because the world will continue to step on you, just like you're a staircase. However, if you keep getting back up, eventually you'll get to the top of the staircase. You not only will be hurt in this life, you not only will have people stab you in the back, you will not only have people who you thought knew you completely, or who you thought you knew completely be totally different. And you will also have responsibilities that you feel like you've been cheated. You will be brought into these circumstances where life was just unfair. And you will see other people around you and think, why can't I have that? If only I had this, then I would be where I wanted to be. If only. Not only will those conditions, you just asking yourself about these conditions, wanting these conditions, not only will they make you compare yourself and make you feel less than you are. Not only will they do that, but you are also giving yourself a crutch that only you can get rid of. Again, remember, you have control. And the more you say, if only this was different, if only this one thing was different, the more you do that, the more you dig that hole that you're in right now. And the deeper and deeper you get, the harder it is to climb out of it. But seriously, even just saying that it's harder to climb out of it, that in itself, where does your mind go? Because it can either be, oh yes, I'm stuck, or it can be, oh yes, so what? Many people, they get bullied. And while it is tragic, me personally, and I don't mean to brag because I do have experience with my friends, with my family who have been bullied, but I personally have not been bullied simply because I fight back. I do not let this happen, and even when there were people who did pick on me for a little bit, because I was a little more, it should be a little more heavy, I simply got it in my head that I just needed to stand up once. And once I could do it once, I just needed to prove myself. But remember, you don't need to prove anything to yourself, just be. This hole that you're digging, You can climb out of it at any point, and it's not as hard as your mind makes it out to be. Don't give yourself this crutch. Simply continue. Overcome this victim mindset and step down from your ego. And I don't mean this to make you angry, to make you sad. I have your best interest in mind, because I have been in your shoes. I have seen things around me, have had these conditions where I felt that if one thing was changed, perhaps if my face was shaped a bit differently, perhaps if I had more money, perhaps if I could buy a new camera, buy a new microphone, or somehow just be, instead of an introvert, be an extrovert, just be able to be a people person. If somehow I had these differences, then things would change. However, again, this is just a crutch. Embrace yourself. Because truly, the thing that makes you so special, the thing that gives you your competitive edge, is your authentic self, your authenticity. And while I don't like saying authentic self, because that's a word that's just been overplayed for me. Just be. That's it, my friend. Good night.